All right, guys, I am live. Leo is
Hey,
jumping on in. This is the result of being fancy, right?
yeah, I got my sexy lights out. I had everything going.
This is the
Everything.
result of us being fancy, and we even gosh, Leo, how many we tested this out like 3 or 4 times. We were kind of obsessive. We were like, we have to make this work. We don't want
No,
this.
we did 5 tests,
We were
and
tested nonstop.
2 of them were terrible, and the other 3 were pretty good. We even tested
Yeah,
it today at
yeah.
lunch, and trust me, someone that's worked in TV for a long time, um, it's happened to me a lot, even at the worst times.
Um,
So those things
so
happen. Technology, it's the internet. I blame it on. I'm gonna blame Apple. Let's blame Apple. How about that?
we will blame Apple. I'm on the new
Blame Apple.
MacBook Pro, and it's destroying everything. Let me see where the other event is at. If I could poke those guys and be like, "Hey, we're over here now," because we had a
Okay.
lot of
Yeah, they
people
were.
in the room.
Yeah, they were asking me if we were on the same link. So we are not, right?
No, we're not on the
Part
same
two.
link.
All right. I'm gonna send it
Um,
to them.
oh, we do.
Let me send it to the.
We have 5 viewers now. So,
Oh, sweet.
uh,
Make sure Forbes is in there.
okay, let me close that. Says
I'm
we're
tweeting it
broad.
out. So
Says we're broad. That's the old stream. So let me go back to my page. We've got a few viewers out. Hardwired part 2 is live. Nice. Okay, so we are live. Here we go.
we are really hardwired this time.
We're super hardwired.
We are ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, we are gonna talk some tech. Thank you guys. Yeah, we were being too fancy.
So Hangouts is actually
Hangouts where
reliable.
it's at. Hangouts where it's at. So I know I'm going to be having a training session with Roberto. I'll be like, hey, how do I use Wirecast? Because it was like
it was a
12, it was like
yeah.
1200 bucks. No, I got the discount 6, 7, 8, like $800. So how do I use Wirecast? That's
$6,000.
Oh my God. And Hangout's free. So we're going to freezy skeezy. That's for us. All right. Now that we're both here together, I'm all excited. I feel the energy. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming and hanging out and chilling back with us again. We got to get the link out and let people know that we are live again. So let me just hit my share button really quick. Copy that. Let everyone know.
I'm gonna tweet it out too on socials so that
we're back again. Sorry for the delay, everyone. And then we got a lot of stuff to talk about, guys. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We actually have a whole list, a collaboration that we've been going back and forth about like all week. Where do we want to start? What I know that we were touching on the Google ads for a while. Audio now, yeah. We know we namaste. We got the audio. What we want to hear from the audience, guys. What do you guys think about this whole controversy? Or maybe it's not a controversy. Maybe it's a situation. Maybe we need to let it die. Maybe not. Maybe we're going to talk about it today and then it'll die. But so a YouTuber ran an ad that went on another YouTuber's channel. Personal beliefs for myself as a marketer and advertiser, I don't see anything wrong with that. But it wasn't on my channel, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I think. It matters who it affected, right? It didn't affect me other than it's giving me something to talk about. And I was watching I don't know what you want to call it, the confrontation, the discussion, Techno Buffalo, Painfully Honest Tech last night, and I was watching it, and I was like glued to it. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like, he's confronting him to his face. Let it die, guys. We will let it die after we talk about it. Straight into the BS drama. Disappointing. Sorry, disappointing, Zach. But my question, right, from the people is, do you guys think that there's a problem with that, or do you think that it's okay? That's what we want to know. You think it's fine? Zach wants to let it die. We'll let it die.
Yeah, I think my viewpoint on it is that, you know, there were a few parties involved. Obviously, Techno Buffalo, Jason from Painfully Honest Tech, from Page Tech, and I think that from Page Tech and Techno Buffalo talked about it. They had a misunderstanding. They talked about it as, you know, as men. You know, they called each other up. They talked about it. They dealt with it. Jason, also from Painfully Honest Tech, had John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo on the show, also as a man, and talked about it. Things were discussed. There was mistakes made on both ends. Lessons learned. As a YouTuber, I learned a lot just listening to and watching what happened and developed. So, you know, at the end of the day, I think it does need to die. I wasn't particularly happy about how they went after Jason today, but that's just my personal opinion.
So what happened today?
I just think that you know, some other YouTubers jumped onto, you know, kind of going up against Jason for his video and why he did it, and, you know, and having John on. So yeah, I don't know if it was taking sides or just the viewpoint of how things were handled. You know, a lot of was talked about the video and if he should have done a video like that. So I wasn't really happy about how some people were ganging up on him. But you know, at the end of the day, like I said, I think everybody learned something. And there's things that, you know, sometimes as YouTubers, we make mistakes, and I've made mistakes on YouTube. I think we all have. And the one thing that I do take from it that's positive, at least they were all man enough to call each other. Jason was man enough to have John from Techno Buffalo on the show. So from that, I take, you know, because there's a lot of people that will hide behind Twitter. They'll hide behind their YouTube channels. So you're looking at three guys, basically, that, you know, try to iron things out. And I think in the long run, I think everybody's learned something and we can move forward. That's the bottom line.
And I agree, because we got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. But one of the things that I have to agree with 100% was, it was so impressive how it was almost like it happened unknowingly. Something happened, and then it was like, boom, all of a sudden, like, everyone, we talked about it on the weekend, ironed it out. Next thing you know, it's like they came to the table, right? A meeting of the minds. And they did it live for all of us to see, right? It was unedited. They came to the table live for us, for everyone. To the table, right? And I was glued to it. I was like a reality show for me, because it was like beyond a reality show, because these are like people that I know, I look up to. I'm like, you know what I mean? So that's what was so cool about it for myself. You know, I was really, really excited. How that happened, I never saw anything like that happen before. And you know what? I might not ever. And that's kind of why I thought it was like a little historic. And for our little niche community here, why I thought it was so important to bring up, because we might not ever see anything like that again. But it is the internet, so chances are we will. So what is...
Oh, Zach made a good point. Zach made a good point in the live chat. He says that Jason has invited every person he's featured on the Can You Trust series onto his podcast to just talk about things. I know that he had Mr. Mobile on. He was very complimentary to Jason and his work on that series. Also, Zach can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're going to have iJustine on from YouTube also. So because he did one on her. He did one on MKBHD. You know, I think he's going to do his due diligence, and I think there's a lot of things about that we could talk about. But Facebook lost a lot of money today, so let's
what is going on?
$120 billion.
Yeah. Are people like throwing their phones down and going out and kicking a ball again? I mean, are they just not on social media? Like,
well,
how did this happen?
Yeah. Well, apparently, fake news and data leaks. Yeah, data leaks. I mean,
there you go.
The issues that they've had this past year with, you know, I personally don't utilize Facebook like I used to. I'm mostly on Twitter or Instagram or obviously YouTube. You know.
Yeah.
For me, Facebook is. I prefer Instagram. I hate the Facebook app on my phone. First of all, everything's all over the place.
Which phone is that? Which one are you using these days?
Well, today I have the OnePlus 6 today. So.
Oh man, I wish I could rock one.
The LG, in my the LG is down for a second.
Wish I could.
Hey, but yeah, I think that's a lot of money. That's 19%. They were down 19%. Twitter was down 3%. Instagram, I'm not sure where they were. And I'm not sure. I think Instagram probably did pretty well. Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. But Facebook did real bad. They're, you know, not as bad as the HomePod or Snapchat, but you know, we don't have to talk about that, you know.
What was it Roberto said? It was I can't remember if it was an Awesome Creator Academy or if it was on Twitter, but he said Roberto Blake, robertoblake.com. Love that guy. He said Instagram is the #1 downloaded app of all times. Think about it.
Yeah, I
mean, should I be? It's like, is Instagram TV? Everyone's like, but some people are like, yeah. And I read that and I was like, am I missing out on something? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think Instagram, the app is excellent. Instagram TV, I don't think that's going to survive personally because I think, yeah, I think it's. Yeah, Instagram's great for what they do. That the pictures, the short form video, you know, to have this whole other like secondary app for me doesn't work. I know a lot of tech YouTubers when it first came out, they were like, oh, you know, they were trying different things and this and that. Yeah. I even put stuff on Instagram TV, but for me, I love the YouTube platform. I love the UI. I like the setup. I like the way you could just open it up in your app and everything's there. Where it feels like, you know, YouTube feels like you're at a mall and you see all the stores. You know, you see For the Love of Tech store. You see the Zach Talks Tech store, Phone Tech at Work store. You know, the Forb Tech Review store, the AndroidStud store. With Instagram, it seems like you're just like in an office building. You don't know where any of the stores are. You have to kind of go through the doors, open it up. So to me, that's what Instagram TV is. Really hard to kind of navigate and get your content out to those, you know. I don't know if anybody disagrees with that, but that's the way I feel about it.
All right. What about, to kind of keep it moving, because we've got a ton of fun stuff to talk about. What about Uber, right? So I get inside an Uber and I don't know it, but this guy, what was his name?
St. Louis.
Gargic was streaming video from inside his black Chevy Silverado, right? This was on USA Today. He was streaming, live streaming. There's like an ethical thing going on here, right? Like, you can't stream and put me on the internet without my consent, right? That's what I would think. What do you think? You think that's okay? That's not okay? Like,
no, that's a no-no, man. That's not a good look. I said it in my Talking Tech Tuesday this past week in the video that, you know, imagine you go in there with your friends, you guys are going out, you know, you're having a good time, and this guy's videotaping you without you even knowing, like, okay, it's like, turn the camera off. I don't want to, I don't want to be on TV, or maybe you do want to be on TV. Also, he's profiting from you, and you're not even consenting to the video.
Yeah.
So that's why he got fired. That's why Uber and Lyft.
There's no consent being given. There's no acknowledgement. No yes. I know whenever I've put somebody in a video, they knew they were going in my video. It's only been a couple times. And I've handed them my business card, and I said, hey, here's my channel. Come check me out. Please subscribe. You're going to be in the video. And they're, oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah, no problem. They were okay with it. It was like one or two people ever, but I think privacy in this day and age is really big. It's really important. You have to know what's okay and what's not okay. And I think as YouTubers, whether we're tech YouTubers, whether we're a food channel YouTuber, whether we're a makeup YouTuber, I think consent is really important. And we need to know, do you have consent? Do you not have consent? It's important to know up front.
Yeah, I don't know what the guy was thinking I just think that he was trying to get away with it on Twitch and, capitalize on, just the rage of Twitch with Fortnite and some other stuff that is really hot right now on Twitch. So, he was trying to capitalize and unfortunately that came to an end. But, it's just a shame because you feel bad for, the hundreds or maybe thousands of people that were in his car and they were on
violated.
And violated, didn't even know it.
I think that's the best word of saying they were their privacy, their reasonable expectation that when being in someone's private vehicle, it's not being made public.
Yeah, that's terrible. Hey, let's give a shout out to the stream. I see Munchie's in there. Technically T. What's going on, man? I know you're rocking that.
Zach Talks Tech. Zach Talks Tech.
Zach Talks Tech. Grab a shirt. Why it's hot.
A quick second, I have to say thank you to Zach Talks Tech, because when I started following him on Twitter, and he told me about this live event, which led me down this rabbit hole with Awesome Creator Academy, which he just doesn't know that his small interaction of being nice to me on Twitter led to a lot of cool things for me in my life, So just a big shout out for that, because you never know how you're going to impact somebody. What is that? Is that a coffee? A $5 Canadian? What's the conversion for US? Is that like 500 bucks US?
No, it's like $4. It's like $4.16. Maybe we could buy a share of that Facebook.
We're gonna go buy some Facebook shares. That's all super chats tonight are going to go to buying me and Leo a Facebook stock.
That's it. We're only $165 away. So
nice.
Zach said it's $3.50. Well, thank you, Zach. That's awesome. Super chat's wide open, guys. Lino's in here. Who else?
We got another super chat. Yeah, we got 14 people on the stream. This is awesome. I'm so excited. 14 people. Yeah. I thought like 2 people were going to be here. So this is, especially since we screwed up the first half hour by trying to be fancy.
Oh my God, yeah. And Tech Rant is in here. He's they've been in here since. Teresa. We also have who else is in here? Casimir, Custom Adventurous.
I know Brittany was in here. Brittany Hutchison. Hitchison Party of 10, really quick. If you hit the little triple dots, go check out her channel. Her and her kids are making slime. And I'm going to tell you, like, this is 10,000 views overnight, right?
No.
So, yeah, go check out their channel. Like, she's a mother of 10. She won my first giveaway ever, an iPhone 10. And that's how we connected, and we kind of became friends ever since. And so, big shout out to her if she's still here on the stream. And she always has my back during the live streams when me and my husband are doing the giveaways, because people always try to hate on us. So she always knocks them out of the way. So big shout out to her. Check out her channel. They're doing amazing, and they're 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 making slime. Let me see. Like,
That's great.
what is? Look at this.
Oh, Tech
Oh,
Rant.
oh.
Tech Rant with the super chat, $2. Thank you so
Ooh,
much.
we are. I'm just here
Budget
so I
coffee.
don't get fined. James Preston. Well, welcome, James. Welcome, James. Teresa, she's
Preston,
also a loyal subscriber for the Love of Tech. Which guys, right? Was as Leo say something in the super chat. Hit the 3 dots. If you're not subscribed to AndroidStud, do that now, right? Because that's what this is all about. Is we're trying to promote growth and collaboration within my community and his community, your community. So we all work together because we're all here doing the same cool thing. And you know what? This is a hard space to be in. So everybody who steps up, that keeps putting a video out day after day after day with all the struggles, like there's one MKBHD, there's one iJustine, and there's one Linus Tech Tips, right? We're not them, but they're amazing. So we fit into this other category where we're still trying to. What is this phone tech at work? $5. Wow. I've never seen this kind of love. The stream keeps growing. 17 people. This is amazing. Let's move on. We love you guys all. It's phenomenal. I don't even know how to claim the money, so someone will have to show me.
Yeah, that's Phone Tech at Work. Phone Tech at Work's a good friend of mine. He represents the Team 100. Nice. Stream on Friday night. Phone Tech at Work. Okay. BG Tech Life, Orb Tech Reviews, RP3 Tech Reviews, and also the Tech Gentleman. So check them out each and every week. If you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube, you guys have heard of them. So thank you so much, Phone Tech at Work. Also, Tech Rant, $2, as we thanked you earlier. Technically T says he came over from AndroidStud's tweet, always down to catch a new stream. He does Takeover Tuesday Takeover, I believe it is. He has some good YouTubers on there each and every week. So check him out. I'm trying to think of who else is. Ann Waters, thank you so much. She didn't get the notification, but you're here now. So we're glad to have you.
Man, we have Front Page Tech in the house.
What's going on, Front Page Tech?
What's going on, Front Page Tech? Thank you guys for stopping in, just saying hi.
Yeah, we'll probably get that video in about a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours. It'll hit your phone. John Prosser in the house. I appreciate that.
So this is my life. I want to share a little bit of my life with you, right? So I come home and I'm working, or I got to sit down and I got to sit at my computer and do something. I got to finish work. I leave work to come home and work. And some people, they grab entertainment. They grab the TV, the buttons. What do? I grab my phone. I screencast, and typically what I do is I watch Front Page Tech every single day when I come home. I sit and I'm like, what are these guys doing? Because I never watch it right when it launches, but I do watch it every single day. And I know I've tweeted out to John before, and he's giving me a thumbs up or a like, and I appreciate it. But it was just like I want to say thank you for all of the entertainment that you provide me. So you guys are doing it right. Definitely look up to you guys.
Yeah, man.
Who else
Front
do we have?
Tech. Oh, RP3 Tech Reviews, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. He's part of our Team 100. Thanks for stopping in. Team 100. Team 100. We might get that 100 here. Yeah, Front Page Tech's a trip because I love sports. So I watch ESPN, Sports Center. So I always catch like the sports segment, and I always catch his segment because it's kind of like it's like the sports for me, like a tech thing. So it's always cool. And man, dude has me rolling on the floor, man. I swear. Sometimes his one-liners. So
it's like we can have people that we look up to, that we know that they'll never talk to us, they'll never communicate with us, they'll never do anything with us because we're not at their level. And then, there's John and his team. And it's just like, I really feel like I'm part of this amazing thing that just keeps growing and expanding. So for everyone on the stream, if you haven't yet or you're not subscribed to Front Page Tech, I'm going to tell you right now, they bring something new every single day. Don't be afraid. Hit subscribe, get the notification bell, because I enjoy the heck out of them. I mean, when I say entertainment, that's their goal, and that's what they bring us. So,
and if they hurt the feelings of somebody, it's okay. He's nothing personal. He's just having a good time.
What about this Doo-Doo Brown? What about this Doo-Doo Brown? Are we going to move on to that?
Oh yeah, the Note 9. Yeah. Who's getting the Doo-Doo Brown color? I don't know.
Brown?
I'm not spending $1,200 or $1,500 on the Note 9. I think the 64 gigabyte will probably go around $950. I'm guessing. You're looking at almost $1,000. They're gonna definitely be in the iPhone X2 range, if you ask me.
I don't believe you. I just have to say that I don't believe you. You're gonna get the Note 9.
I'm definitely getting it, but I'm not getting the brown one. I'm getting the
no. You're not getting the
black.
Okay, I misheard.
Yeah, I'm getting I'll get the black one probably, and I'll probably get it on T-Mobile Jump so I could jump out of there before I spend that $900. But I don't know. To me, I don't think that it's gonna be that much better than the Note 8, which you could probably pick up the Note 8 for under $500 now. Is the Note 8 a steal at that price? Is an S9 Plus, a steal at the price you can get the S9 Plus now? I just, I don't know.
Do you think it's over? Do you think it's over? Because I know that there's stuff going on in words and articles.
I find it hard to believe that Samsung would give up the pin. Because then Apple would probably do it because Samsung gets rid of it. The worst thing that Samsung could do is get rid of the headphone jack and get rid of the pin, because then there would be they wouldn't be unique anymore. If they are going to merge the S9 Plus and the Note 9, then they need to keep the Note, just. What
would that look like?
Put the pin with the S9 Plus. That's all.
What would that look like if they've merged the S and the Note into one? What are we going to have? The one size, the Samsung Galaxy S variable, and then we'll have the Samsung Galaxy S variable with a pen, and that'll be the bigger one with the pen. Is that how they'll do it? They'll just if anything, they should just get rid of the plus in the middle. You got the S one, which is the normal for hands, and then you got I don't even know where my Note. I don't have S9s in the bedroom. Here's the Note 8, and then you'll have the regular S. So the S is a plus, so it's a bad comparison. Is that how it'll work? I think that's what if they did anything, that's what they should do.
Yeah, I think they got to keep the Note. I know they're coming out with the budget beyond zero. They're going to have the S10 and then the S10 Plus. I think those phones they're gonna sell a lot of the S10s and the S10 Plus. They're not gonna sell a lot of the Note 9. I know that for a fact. It's gonna be disappointing. They're already projecting that it's gonna be.
Despite everything about like how the S9 has been the worst selling phone, you still think the S10 is going to do well?
I think it will. I think the S10 and S10 Plus will do really well because I think I think everybody will be captivated by the fingerprint and display because it'll be the first time a major OEM does the fingerprint reader in the display, whereas Vivo has done it, I believe.
You just sold me. That's all I needed. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I haven't had that before. I need it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I don't like it in the display. I don't like it on the back, on the front. I like to just swipe my phone open. I don't like the whole fingerprint thing. To me, I use the face unlock on my OnePlus 6. The LG G7, I use the Thin Q. I use the fingerprint sometimes. But for me, I'd rather just bypass all that. I know it's a security thing, but for years on the Apple iPhone, we use the pin. You know, you put in your PIN and it opens up. This whole fingerprint security thing, I know we all want to be secure and everything, and I think that's all fine and dandy. But I don't know if the in-display fingerprint reader is going to be a thing that it's gonna be as quick or as fast as Face Unlock on, or Face what's the thing called on iPhone 10?
Face
the
ID.
facial Face ID. If it'll be as fast as Face ID, or if it will be as fast as a fingerprint reader.
The Android guy's like, what's that thing on the iPhone called?
Yeah, I'm the Android stud. I'm not. When it comes to Android, I know my stuff. But when it comes to Apple, I ask somebody. You know, I'm like, hey, how do I open this iPad? Yeah. Like I was telling Viper. If you guys don't know who Viper is, congratulations to 1,000 subscribers. He just broke that milestone. Yeah, Viper. I was asking about the iPad to edit all my videos on and stuff. And I was asking him, I was like, hey, what 10.5, you know, 12.9, whatever, you know, should I get an iPad Pro, an iPad Air? I had no clue. So I asked him. He's the man of tech, the man about tech, the captain of Team Apple.
yeah. He's a lot of fun.
Let's see what they say in the chat here.
Well, yeah, because we got trusted Texan in the house, I believe.
Nice. What's up, man?
I believe I subscribed to your channel, Trusted Texan. I think I do. I sure do. And I got the bell on. Boom.
Yeah, I got the bell on.
Make sure you got the bell on, guys. I mean, if you don't know when people are putting content out, like, it's not enough that you tell YouTube, yes, I like this person's content. You have to tell them, I want you to tell me when this person launches content. And, right, Juan Bagnell, YouTuber I look up to, formerly with Pocket Now Daily,
I know him.
He subscribed to my channel. He's like, hey, I'll give your channel a sub. I was like, what? I like totally fanboyed out. I was like, oh my God! I was like, why am I not subscribed to my channel? And then I kid you not, like 2 weeks later, I got another notification. He subscribed again. And I'm like, first of all, it's cool that he noticed that he was unsubscribed organically by YouTube, because that's a real thing. They do that.
It does happen.
And it was cool that he subscribed again. So big shout out to Ron. I would definitely I'm a Patreon subscriber of his, and he's very active on Patreon. So if you guys are looking for a YouTuber, tech YouTuber, super knowledgeable, on Patreon, because I also belong to some other Patreons and they don't do doo-doo for me. So I think I'm about to revamp my Patreon allocations next month.
That's awesome.
You got to reallocate to the people that provide you some quality goodness, some goodness.
That's right. Technically, T says you can't get rid of the S Pen because there are some diehard S Pen users out there. I think it's a unique. I think there's a lot of people that love the Note, but the separation between the S line and the Note line has kind of merged together. So, but that Note, when I had the Note 5 and 7 and 8, I have to admit I don't use the pen like I should, and it's a shame because it's a great feature if you know how to use it. To its potential, it's incredible, but I don't know if a lot of people use it. So that's another question. Is it something that we may or may not use? So that's the thing you got to ask yourself. Phone Tech at Work said he just subbed to your channel, or he subbed to someone's channel. I'm not sure he's talking about. He said just subbed to your channel when I heard about the stream. So I think he's talking about you, Aaron, maybe.
Oh, thank you so much. Namaste for the love of tech. And just to throw it out there, in case you guys don't know, I'm like retarded when it comes to giving shit away. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. And there's a story behind why I give stuff away. And it's actually a funny story, and I was thinking about sending in a video for the creator of the week for Front Page Tech, and I started writing the script for it, explaining, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. Is Zach still here? Maybe he could help, and I think he might have left because he got a little quiet. I was just wondering, because I think he was creator of the week once, right?
Yeah, he was creator of awesomeness. He was creator of awesomeness. Viper.
Like, I don't know what they're looking for. That's the thing.
El Jefe. They're looking for you. They're looking for you. That's what they're looking for. You get on there and you tell them why you're awesome and that you want to be noticed. That's all you got to do.
Oh, Zach is here. Okay. Yeah. So I might get with Zach. Maybe he can tell me, like, because I know there's like a private video you send. Like, what are they looking for? Because I wrote a whole script. Oh, woo. There we go. Are you ready? Are you up for a visitor, Leo? Are we gonna have a visitor?
Bring him in. We got a visitor. Let's do it. Zach Talks Tech. If you guys don't know who he is, he's a great YouTuber. Make sure you follow him on YouTube. Great guy. He's got some great content. He's from Canada, and he's a good guy. So if you want to check him out, he's part of the whole crew over there. That is just a great community of YouTubers that talk about tech. So everybody get involved.
Yeah, like I said, when I met Zach and I started following him, I organically started seeing a bunch of other cool people and stuff. So whenever you can catch up, Zach, we're here. Whenever
he said in 5 minutes. So, oh yeah, what was the?
So there's something else I want to talk about.
Go for it.
So I'm chilling on top of this 2018 i9 15-inch 2 terabyte MacBook Pro goodness, as I describe it in my video. That's how I did it. Did I mute myself?
So you're gonna talk about No, you're good. So you're gonna talk about Apple. I'm gonna take a break. No,
what happened? Did everything? I can't hear anymore. Leo, where'd you go?
I'm here. Did
you mute yourself, Leo?
No, I did not.
Can you guys hear me? No, not again.
No, you're on.
Oh, you can hear us both. So I must have just muted.
Yeah.
I can't hear Leo,
for the love of tech,
stop pushing buttons. So I'm kind of screwed. Leo, I don't know what you're saying. Hey.
How about now? Yeah, they can hear us. We're good. We sound good. Yeah, put the speakers on. How about that? Oh, thank you so much, Ann Waters, for your subbing to the channel. I appreciate that. Check out my stuff. I really appreciate you subbing. Oh, Teresa, I am AndroidStud. If you want to look for me on YouTube, I do smartphone reviews, unboxings. AndroidStud, it's one word. AndroidStud, no space. Check out my channel. I appreciate that. So cool. Tech Rant says, I'm on a base model 13 MacBook Pro non-touch bar. So that's cool. Yeah, we wanted to talk about the MacBook Pro because Aaron said he's not having a good time with his 2008.
I don't know what happened with my audio. Oh my God!
You have headphone issues. That's your problem.
Thank you.
You have headphone issues.
I can admit I have headphone issues. So I was talking about.
Thanks, Teresa.
Can you? Everyone can hear me?
A couple folks sub to my channel, Teresa and Ann. So I picked up a couple subs because of you. Thank you so much.
Namaste.
And we are. You were going to talk about that magnificent machine you picked up, the 2018 MacBook Pro.
It was like I didn't know if I should get it or if I should not get it, and I was going back and forth. And I'm going to tell you, when everyone launched and they came out with the iMac Pro, and they have like the black or the space gray version, I was so jealous. I don't think I've ever experienced FOMO like that in my life. So I was like, when this came out, I'm like, this is for me. This is like mobile and they can go places and wow. I spec'd it out and I'm like, am I really going to spend $7,000? Right. And so then Zach was like, just do 2 terabytes and go get yourself, a storage tower. I'm like, done. Because in my brain, I'm like, I got to spec out everything. I got to have it all. If I'm going to spend $5,000, I might as well spend 7 and just get it over with. Right. Just take it on the chin, deal with it. You want to be a tech YouTuber, grow up and fucking pay the money. So like, I'm like, all right, what I got to do? You want to be a tech YouTuber, you need the tech. So I spent the money, $5,000, $5,600 with all the little gimmicks.
Woo!
And
I could have got a Monte Carlo with that.
And I was just like, these people are making stuff up. They're hating on Apple. They're lying about Apple with this thermal blah blah blah. I kid you not, from the first time out of the box, this machine was running like hot, not warm, hot. It was just like crazy how hot this thing was. And it was like blowing this intense fan. It blows heat. It still does, but it got better after that patch came out. So David Lee, I think he did the video. Apple reached out to David Lee. He got into the whole technical benchmark stuff, and they fixed it, or they made it better, right? They made it better. They didn't fix it. They made it better, right? My other MacBook Pro I have out there, it's a 2016 model, totally spec'd out for its day. But now they're putting real specs in these things, like a pro user spec in a world of 4K, right? I had to send footage to somebody, and it was 32 gigs. I literally had to drive to my office, plug in my fiber to set, because it's this 4K stuff. We need storage. Remember when you bought a laptop and it was 512 gigs and you were like, I'm never going to fill this up.
Exactly.
What am I going to do with all this storage? And now it's like 3-4 videos, later, and you're running out of space. But this thing runs hot. It really does. And I have to tell you, it performs amazing. But don't put the laptop in your lap. You might get burned.
Does it drain the battery faster when it's real hot like that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I took it from the studio into the recliner because I needed to chill, because I've been sitting in this uncomfortable chair all day. And it was just like I was there for like 10 minutes and the fan's going and I was, boom, 10% battery gone. I mean, at that rate, 10 minutes, 10%, you're going to get 100 minutes unplugged. That's no bueno. You need at least 5 hours unplugged, right?
So do they need to recall those machines, or what's the solution for these MacBook Pros? Because they're on fire.
What do our viewers think? What do you guys think is the fate of the MacBook Pro? Do you think they're going to do a recall? Do you think it's just another instance of Apple saying our product is fine, you're using it wrong? It's like you're using an application that Apple didn't build. You're using it wrong. What? If that's the case, then you should let me install anyone else's software on here. You should tell me. Call it a fucking Chromebook for Apple then, right? You can only install Chrome apps on it. You're limited to the Google Store. Tell me that and then price it accordingly, so that way I can make an informed decision. If that's the case. You're right. Apple fans will buy it, and I did buy it because I love to hate Apple.
Yeah, it's funny because if anybody else,
we got a visitor.
Yay!
Gentlemen, how are you?
What's up, Hardy?
How you doing?
Hold on, I gotta turn on the sexy lights.
There you go. Oh, give me the red. Give me the red.
The red is reserved for painfully honest tech, but I can make an exception. We can do purple.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Give me a violet.
I am a Prince fan, so
there you go.
Let's just take a moment and bring in the amazing goodness that is known as your studio, Zach. You have done such an amazing job. From, you know, you had like a little wooden table that you did everything on, and now you
excuse me,
you have like a little table that you did everything on, right?
Well, okay, so this is a 30. This is a 60-inch by 30-inch deep adjustable standing desk. Goes up and down up to 46 inches. Right now, obviously, I'm sitting over on this section over here. On the other half of it, where the MacBook Pro is right now in a vertical position, is where I'll be doing the unboxing with this guy right here.
Very nice.
So I got that guy right there. Oh, there's the Luminix that came in the mail the other day, dude. Anyway,
how much was that?
This was that deal. That was that $400 deal. This is the G7,
man.
Right?
Man, you a lucky dog.
Anyway, so that half is done over there with this guy right here. This is a camcorder, and the reason I use a camcorder is because you can get up close. You can get those close shots.
It's also too. You get a much wider angle.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was using this for the longest time for talking head for everything. Okay, so I'm using that for that. I haven't decided how I'm going to use the Luminix yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to talking head with this, even though I really like the lens that Stud recommended to me. It's the one that he uses on his A6300, which is the right here. It's the what is this?
16 millimeter.
Yes, a 16 mil Sigma f1.4, and it is a beauty. But I'm really loving the shots that I'm getting, like the product shots and everything like that. So if this Luminix works out the way I think it's going to for talking head, I'll go to this for product shots and for B-roll, and then leave. Sorry about the noise. And then I'll leave the camcorder here for the unboxing, for the traditional, you know, you just see the hands kind of thing, right? So that
nice.
Yeah.
You've done some major equipment upgrade and your ambiance, and it looks amazing. I'm trying to think. I think I uploaded this video on the Ronin S.
Oh yeah,
guys, my B-roll footage has changed.
I haven't seen it yet. Did you put out a video?
I put a video up the other day.
Okay.
I think it's performing well. It's less than 24 hours. Already at 100 views, which is good for my channel.
Okay.
I usually do really well with accessories over time. So that's the good news, is my channel does amazing with accessories over time. So I'm looking forward to that. But it was phenomenal. It's one of the coolest things. The only thing I have to figure out is the connectors from the camera to the actual Ronin. They come with it.
So you can use the software?
Yeah, and it says it's supported, but I plug it in and all it says is mass storage device.
So I had the Zihu and I had the Zihu on, I don't even know how you pronounce it, the Smooth Q4, whatever it is, for cell phones. And it comes with software, but it won't do 4K with its software. So I just use it as a gimbal and just use whatever recording software when I'm using it. And before I add all these cameras, guys, I mean, for anybody that's a small creator that's watching, you don't need a setup like this. You don't need all these cameras. One of the best channels out there. One of the best channels out there that I know of that uses just a cell phone and honest to God, a mirror so he can see himself.
El
Jefe reviews. You guys know who I'm talking about. He's posted the pictures on Twitter before, right? So it's just stuff that I wanted to do for myself and everything like that. And man, I bought this micro SD card reader the other day, and it doesn't work. Pissed me off. Got to return that now. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I did this creator space for myself because I had stuff all over the house, especially the living room upstairs, which has the best lighting in the world. But it was driving my kids and my wife nuts. So yeah, I don't know if you see the video I put out, you see kind of like the before. It was terrible in here. I just had crap everywhere. And now it
looks great, man. You did a great job with it. I mean, you transformed that thing like crazy.
Yeah, the lightsabers on the wall, which I can't light up during stuff like this because honestly, they last an hour tops and then they die.
Oh,
So you confess. You're confessed. That's great. Hey, so Zach, let us know.
Look what's in this box. You guess what's inside this box, Aaron? I haven't opened it yet. It's killing
got batteries. It's got batteries. It's got batteries.
I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's exactly what you're
Pro?
using.
The new MacBook Pro. I know
Yeah, it arrived last. Was it last week?
How have you not opened it?
When did it arrive? Hold on, let me check the
He does
tracking.
that all the time. He's like, I have the 1.6. I haven't opened it yet. It's the red one.
So I'm sorry to cut you off, Steph, but let me tell you why I haven't opened it yet. This is totally not like me. I'm never this indecisive. I haven't opened it yet because
you need
what I have right now, which is a 2017 spec'd out 1 terabyte MacBook, is doing me just fine. And to have a 20% faster upgrade, I don't know if it's, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
No, I don't think it's worth it. You should
it.
return it. Return it tomorrow.
Yeah, I have to check the track. But anyway, you were going to ask me something there, Stud. Before I really
so
cut you off.
Tell Aaron how to get on the.
I can't move on past this. Zach, let me share this with you. Right?
3 days ago. So yes, I have time.
I launched my video just a couple days ago.
Okay.
No major.
I saw your video. I saw your video when you did the timing between, and I saw your incredibly dirty computer screen.
Everyone did. Yes, self-conscious. I feel great about myself.
It's all good, man. It's just
rising by the second.
This is the beautiful part about our generation of tech YouTubers. Everybody does that, right? And it's nothing against the guys that do it that are up there. Like, you know who I'm talking about, the big guys, right? Yeah.
Where everything's beautiful all the time.
Exactly. Nobody has a space like that all the time. The cleanest this space will ever be is what you guys saw in that video. But that, I mean, for me, seeing your computer screen like that was like a connection for me. Like, oh, okay, Aaron touches his screen just as much as I do, right? No, seriously, I'm serious. It's the little things like that that will connect you to your audience going in the future. I'm telling you guys right now, this is the future of what YouTube is all about. It's about
like he's a person. He has a dirty screen.
It's emotional connections. It's just little things like that. People will notice subconsciously little things like that, and that's how you will draw your audience in. Go on. You were saying.
So the video, right? 620 views in like less than 48 hours. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
620 views for my channel. That's phenomenal.
That's good. That's great.
No major promoting or anything like that on it. I haven't pushed it out all over the places like I normally do. So it's pretty good. So at the very least, it might perform well over time in views, traction, and watch time, because sometimes I look at things, and this is, me just sharing with my audience a little bit insight into the brain of a YouTuber, a tech YouTuber. Do I want to buy that because I want it, or do I want to buy it because I'm at the level where I'm still buying stuff? Like this is what I get for free, Tudia. That's what I get for free.
Yeah.
That's what I get, Tudia. So not that I namaste, love you, Tudia, keep it coming. But when I buy something, I think these are for views. These are for subscribers. This is for someone who might want to buy this. So sometimes I don't do it for me. I do it for the channel because it's a business decision. And
100%
improvement. If you're a Final Cut user, it's worth it. If you're an Adobe user, you're going to blow your computer up.
Yeah. So that's the main reason why I went to a MacBook back in April. I was a Windows all the way, all the time. My MacBook basically melted on me. I melted the hard drive because I was editing 4K video on there with a program called HitFilm Express, which, by the way, if you're a small creator and you're looking for a good entry-level free software to get in there just to do basic editing and everything like that, it's the way to go. But when you use 4K on that, with that, it ramps up your machine. Like, okay, so we're talking about a 5-minute video that I would render. It would take 45 minutes to render with that. And I essentially melted my hard drive after over a year of doing that. And so my hard drive died. I took it in, and I started using the company MacBook Pro 15 or 13 that they gave me. And I was using iMovie for a couple of movies, or a couple of videos to get by. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go to the Apple Store. I'm going to check out the MacBooks just for the heck of it. And I jumped into Final Cut. I'm like, okay, what do you guys have here? well, we got a 1 terabyte spec'd out one in the back. He didn't even finish the sentence. I'm like, bring it. Right? Because okay, so if this was like 2 or 3 years ago, I'd be like, you know what? I'll get back on my Windows and I'll fix it. I'll go through the up. And now I'm just to the point. Maybe I'm just getting old. I just want it to work. You know what I mean? Like I just want it to. I just want it to work, right? I just want to
headphones to work.
Yeah. I just want it to work. So the idea that a piece of software and a piece of hardware can work so well together, great. And I'm not swayed at all by these things about Dave Tuley and everybody doing these tests showing that's too hot. Now apparently a patch has come out that's made the processor work and everything like that. Across all these tests, even before this whole thing, the i9 and everything that was working perfectly fine with Final Cut, right? So that's not why I'm on the fence. Like I've partially taken off the the thing you pull across like without using a knife. I partially pulled it. I partially pulled it off, but yeah, it's just because I look at what I have right now and I'm like, this has worked perfectly fine. Is it worth the 20% boost? But then I also obviously, I always try to think forward, like try to be proactive, right? Like okay, like yes, I have Apple Care on this for the next 3 years, but I don't know, 32 gigabytes of RAM is pretty sweet. So.
It is, and it's amazing. And the other thing, you can take the machine you have right now, and if you've got any amount of time of Apple Care left on it, that's an easy $2,000 to $2,500 for sale. But we gotta move on with the show. We got a lot of stuff going on the show. We got a couple.
You guys were asking about creator awesomeness.
We are. Yeah, I was wondering what.
Okay. So let me
tell them, Zach.
Yeah, educate.
So yeah, I'll give you guys the lowdown. So Creator of Awesomeness, COA, is it's not a shout out so much as it is a okay. So John and the team over there at Front Page Tech, they have ad spots during every video of theirs, either at the beginning or at the end, usually at the end. They've given up their Friday spot to promote and profile a creator that feels as though they need more attention, whether it be someone they picked. So last week, John picked Travis MCP, which
was phenomenal.
100%, yeah, deserving, absolutely. Everybody's been deserving, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or someone that's submitted. So what John is looking for is okay. So first of all, you don't have to be a tech channel. Okay, you don't have to be a tech channel. It just happens. That's the niche that that they're in. So and I think he did profile one non-tech channel. Second of all, it's not so much what you're doing, but how you're doing it and what value you're bringing to the community. So as an example, I'll list off a couple things. Viper, I mean, he was literally profiled using just his iPad, but you know the energy that he brings. We all know that, right? You look at Aaron and 2 Minute Tech and his cinematography, or what Life of Tech Roger's doing, for example. John described me as sitting down and having a beer or having a coffee with a friend and talking tech. He liked that I talk with the audience, not at them. And when he said that, it still hits me right here. It feels good. So anyway, but and I like that. I recognize that. So I thank him for that. When with Travis, it's his energy and his lovability. You can't, if you watch one video from Travis MCP, you watch any of his videos, you're gonna fall in love with him. I did right away when I heard about him. So he's looking for. So I don't want to discourage you, Aaron. I don't want to discourage you at all, because I think what you do over here with the giveaways and everything like that, and I think the way you do it with your energy and everything, I think it's absolutely terrific. I've never discounted that about you. I think it's awesome. I think it's really, really awesome. But it's got to be more. If you were to submit for Creator of Awesomeness, you got to show John that you're doing more than just, hey, I have free stuff. Do you know what I mean? Right? You can't centralize around that. So does that make sense? Basically, like what he's looking for. He's looking for someone that's bringing value, someone that's doing different. Because everybody's doing unboxings. Everybody's doing buying a MacBook. But are you doing it in a creative, fun way? Right? Or are you doing it in a way that gets on an emotional level with the audience? Right? So that's basic.
We'll see. I sat down the other day and I started writing a script for a video. I need to be scripted and not that I ever follow my script, but I need to tell myself what my video is going to be about. or I will just talk forever. So no, I appreciate that. That's really awesome.
I always have little notes and everything like that going. Yeah, otherwise I get off topic, and that's why jump cuts are amazing.
So, where are we going to go next? This little tidbit is a little off topic from tech, right? It's a little off topic from tech, but I'm going to do a screen share, and you guys have to see this. Do you guys know who Shane Dawson is?
I recognize the name.
Okay, he's an old school YouTuber. I hate to say old school. He's like my age now. But I really look up to him. First of all, I don't see a lot of gay YouTubers that are really bringing it, right? That are really doing an amazing job. He's got a lot of fun energy, so that's kind of why I'm drawn to him. They're doing this. He took an empty Gucci box. Him and some other YouTubers signed it. I don't even know who Trisha Patsa is. I think she's a YouTuber. And look at the bid. People are bidding to buy this, and he's going to give the money to charity for $93,700. Those are the bids.
Are you serious? Wow.
I mean, that's obviously his audience or whatever that he's. I mean, like I said, I've heard the name. I think I saw him in some Drama Alert videos lately about FouseyTube and everything like that. I recognize his face, and that's about it.
And the Tanacon thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, he's been doing YouTube forever, but this isn't quite tech. But I saw this today, and I was like, now this, and if you watch his channel, like, talk about giveaways, right? Like, this guy gives stuff away, like cars and other, like, he really, obviously, anything that I give away is not the result of.
Sounds like Ty Lopez.
It's not the result of my channel's doing so amazing. I'm making so much money. Let me give it away. But you know, this caught my attention. I was just like, you know, it's a little bit different. It's a little flavor.
So it's like literally a box that they've just signed.
It's a box that he signed, and it's got $93,000 in bids on it. And
no.
If you guys don't watch Shane or don't know anything else about Shane, he's just hilarious. He's a little quirky, you know, but like he cracks me up, you know. So he's really nothing to do with tech, and that's kind of why I also follow him, because I follow so much tech that sometimes I need a break from like your cell phone.
You know what my out is? Like, besides tech channels, I follow dash cam videos. Like dash cam channels, and not the Russian ones, but like North America, Canada. And it's frightening how many times I see my home city on there. I'm like, damn, I'm on the road with these people.
And they're looking at their dash cam driving by you.
Exactly. I mean, I have a dash cam. I have front and back, but I've never caught. Well, that's not true. I did catch that one, but I never put it online. Like, I just, you know, where are people getting this footage from? But that's my thing. When I'm going through my sub feed, I'm like, tech channel. Oh, a new dash cam, North America, right? That's
something else. Yeah. Because sometimes it's so.
That and DeFranco. I gotta watch DeFranco.
Yeah. It really gets overwhelming sometimes.
Casey Neistat. Yeah.
I need a break once in a while. So, all right, Leo, where are we going to go next with our topics? I'm almost wondering if we've almost hit on every single topic we had on our list.
Yeah, I think we went through Facebook. We had the whole deal with Painfully Honest Tech, the Note 9, the MacBook Pro on fire, heating up, and
that's another thing. I'm not sure if I want to open this because I really like my studio. I don't want that burned down.
Yeah. You don't want that thing blowing up, man. That's for sure. You have to do a thumbnail with fire on it. That's for sure.
I know, right? It's all been done to death. I'm not even sure if it's even worth me doing an unboxing on it, but I think I will.
Yeah, but it gets clicks, man. It gets clicks. Don't worry about it.
Here's the thing, right? There's been unboxings, but there hasn't been your unboxing.
That's exactly what Viper would say. That's exactly what Viper said.
Yeah. That is the difference, because you know, we all do something different. You know, we literally do. Like, you know, Leo's productions, even though you might not know it, like, you watch his stuff, it's like, this is really good. He turns his bedroom into a studio once a day. You know, like,
I do.
But hold on, isn't your wife an interior decorator?
She is. She's amazing. Yeah, that she gets 99% of the credit. I get like 1%.
Leo's a producer on a sports channel, right?
Yeah, I have a producing background, so I know video, I know editing,
so, like,
and
when I came across
I know music.
Channel, I was like, what? why is it so good? You know, like this, I was confused. I was just like,
he also applies screen protectors to rappers' cell phones.
Yeah, I do. Ice Cube. Shout out to Ice Cube if you're out there. I know your phone's
listen,
protected.
Ice Cube is definitely here. He's here.
That was a good story last week.
No, that was amazing.
You should tell it again. You haven't told it on here.
That was a once in a lifetime. Yeah. Yeah, I
told
you that story, right, Aaron?
Story. Let people hear the story that haven't heard it. That's totally cool.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't heard, I ran into Ice Cube the rapper. If you guys know who he is, he's been in many movies. Are We There Yet? And Friday and all those good movies. Yep, exactly. So he came to my work to promote a basketball league he's in, the Big Three basketball league, where it has retired NBA basketball players and they continue to play basketball and make money. So he was there. He came in. He was in the room. He had this big entourage, like 8, 9 guys. And they're in there. And I'm like, hey, Mr. Ice Cube. Mr. Cube, can I get you some water? He's like, sure, get me some water. So I go upstairs. I bring them all water. And they're all huddled up in the conference room. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And Ice Cube's like, I'm trying to put a screen protector on my phone. And I'm like, oh, really? So I'm like, that's interesting. I'm like a part-time YouTuber. So I go over there and look, and they look like they're really having a hard time. So Ice Cube looks at me like, can you help with his eyes? You know, he doesn't say it, but he's like, can you help us? Yeah. So I'm like, you ever see somebody doing something and you're like, you want to do it because you know they can't do it, but you're like being respectful. So I'm like watching this guy do it. And I'm like, okay, I got to jump in. I'm like, Cube, you want me to put it on there for you? He goes, do you know how to do it? I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. So I get it. And they have it all messed up. So I had to like kind of put it back together. And they had they were literally putting the screen protector with the plastic piece that you're supposed to take off. They were putting that on the screen and wondering why it wasn't sticking. But, you know, we'll forgive them for that. So I pull that off and they're like amazed. They're like, oh, that comes off? I'm like, yes, it does. That's how it sticks.
Yep.
So I put it on there real nice for him and everything. And he was so thankful. I took a picture with him. And, yeah, I applied Ice Cube screen protector on his iPhone.
What brand was it?
It was an iPhone. I believe I thought it was a 6S, but it might have been a 7 or 8, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Now that I think back. But yeah, that's him. That's me and the Cube hanging out, doing things. And let me tell you something. The nicest guy go back to the other picture. The other gentleman is Chris Birdman. He used to play for the Heat, played for the Nuggets. He played for Cleveland, played for a lot of teams, but he played with the Big Three with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. They won a championship down here in Miami, back to back. And but Ice Cube is the nicest guy that I've met a few celebrities. He is the nicest celebrity that I have ever met in my life. I mean, down to earth, real, like just a regular guy like you, Aaron, or Zach, or anybody else that you know. Just a real. I've met some other ones that haven't been as nice.
I recently saw that movie where he was like a teacher. It was like
School
Fight or whatever or something like that.
Oh yeah, with the other guy from Horrible Bosses. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The guy that has the whiny voice. Hey, what are you
gonna do? I went away from that movie like, damn, he's mean. But no, wait a minute, it's a character. It's a character. Now you're telling me he's nice. I feel good now.
Yeah. No, you're good. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I had a good time. That was once in a lifetime. Ice Cube. And everybody kids me around at work. They're like, man, you were hanging out with Ice Cube. One of the guys from the other department was mad at me because I didn't call him. What was I supposed to do? Hey, David, Ice Cube is here. You want to come down? He wouldn't have believed me. Fist Fight. That's the name of the movie. Fist Fight.
Oh, that's right. Fist Fight. Yeah. That was a funny movie.
Yeah, I think every topic that we wanted to shame painfully, Samsung needs sales, Facebook, Apple responds to thermal, Uber. Yeah, me and Leo have just been like running around collecting headlines. We're like, we're gonna talk about stuff. We're gonna talk.
It's not hard. It's not hard when you're in the tech game. It's not a hard thing to talk about when you have these streams. there's always something going on. Tomorrow there'll be another leak of the Pixel 3. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I'm calling it, Zach. I'm calling it.
And I wanna bring this up really quick, right? And part of my large subscriber base in the beginning, right? Like overnight, I got like 800 subscribers because of working with Evan Blass, right? He was doing tweets for me, and he sent stuff because he says that basically it's watering. I don't really understand why he said that he wanted to stop, but I didn't question it because it was a decision and I respected it. But it was like, I would have thought this note leak would have been coming from him because he's always been on top of those top tiered leaks, and things have been really quiet on his end. Like really,
yeah, I mean, he had a couple leaks the other day on the note, but he hasn't had as much as he has in the past. That's for sure.
No, I'm not gonna say it. Go ahead. Never mind.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, is that dying down, or if there was any, because things happen, things get posted, and I don't see it because I can't watch it all the time. I was wondering if something else was out there that I don't.
Did he refuse to retweet something for you recently?
He didn't refuse to, but he basically said that he didn't feel like he was providing enough value, I think, to his current followers, that doing retweets, he didn't want to do it.
See, I'm a Patreon supporter of his because I enjoy what he brings to the community and what he does. For those of you who don't know, I believe he is. I don't know what he had. He's ill. I know that.
Right.
And
he's really open about that. Anyway, so this is what he does as far as, I mean, and he also does the articles for VentureBeat and all kind of stuff. But I recently sent him the link for my studio revamp, and he said, "Hey, can you send me something else later on this month that's more mobile kind of thing? And this is like your space and everything. It may not jive with the majority of my supporters and like that if I retweet this." And I said, I didn't respond with it. I just said, okay, no problem. And then he just kind of came back at me again and again saying, you're welcome to unsubscribe from Patreon. And I never replied to him. He got really just automatically defensive. I never really responded to him. And I just said, no problem, Evan, no problem. Right. And whatever. So I don't know what's going on his end. No, I got that too. And I just told him, I said, I get it, and I appreciate everything. I'll hang in there as long as I can, is what I told him. But that's part of my reallocation of Patreon funds going into August, because in August they charge you all over again. So I want to get in there and reallocate. So you know as much as I do. His leads haven't been as plentiful as they have been, but
it's interesting
because he made an amazing name for himself.
It's interesting that there was a quote unquote, if you guys want to call it a leak today, of what the Galaxy Note 9 cases look like, and they largely look the same as what the Galaxy S9 Plus was. I've had access to those images for the last 3 weeks because of who I work for, right? And it's kind of funny because it's barely made a blip on the radar. Like, it made it on mobilesyrup.com up here in Canada, but I'm not sure if it was anywhere else, kind of thing. So I just don't think the hype is going to be there for the Note 9. For myself personally, I'm excited about it because it's going to be my first Note device that I've decided to pick up.
Right.
But I think a lot of us Samsung fans, the hardcores, are just kind of patiently waiting for that S10 and that in display. Which, I mean, I'm really hoping it's better. There's nothing wrong with the existing that Vivo has, but apparently the S10 will use a different type of technology, something from Qualcomm, I believe.
Right. Yeah, it's Qualcomm.
It's the
Vivo one is Synaptics, right?
Yeah, this one's Synaptics, which is the same guys that do like your track pads and everything like that, right? So this is an optical. So I could literally put your fingerprint in a picture on my thumb, push down on this, and it would work. Now I haven't actually tested that, but that's what an optical sensor will do. It's literally just looking, right? Whereas the one from Samsung apparently is going to be more secure and everything. So I'm looking forward to that. And the Vivo, you know what? Vivo's doing a good job. So, I mean, kudos to them for bringing it first kind of thing.
So I just noticed really quick that Zack Snyder Productions is in the house. I gotta give a shout out to Zach. He is part of the Awesome Creator Academy, which is how I met him, and he does video editing and production. So this is a plug for him. Zach, you're muted. No, Zach, you're not muted. I was watching the live stream that was muted. I couldn't hear you. My brain frick. So this is a plug for Zach. If you're a YouTuber and you ever need help on an edit or you're in a time crunch, link up with Zach. He makes it super easy peasy to work with. He's done a video for me, and I absolutely loved it. It's definitely a service that you can get spoiled with. But personally, I love editing my own videos. As a Virgo, I take so much pride in making my product and having the end result.
Right.
Like, that's where I get more satisfaction. Not even in the production, but in the editing and the final product is where my like, I rewatch my videos a lot. Like,
I noticed that your thumbnails changed.
My thumbnail, yeah, I started using custom thumbnails.com because I'm horrible at Photoshop.
No. I'm talking about back when. Let me go back. I'm just looking at your channel really quick, and this is just an observation because
a while ago I started using it.
Because before you kind of had like this color type. Wow, you changed all of them.
Yeah, I redid all of them.
You redid all of them. Wow.
Yeah, I bought a pack of 100 thumbnails, and he redid all of them.
Crazy. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, I like making videos. I like doing stuff, but I'm not great at everything.
Yeah.
I'm a business owner, right? So part of being a business owner is I leverage and I outsource because I run a small business and I have only a handful of employees, but we do amazing numbers with a small amount of people because you put the right people in the right places and then you leverage and you outsource where you need to. Yep. You don't have to be good at everything. You just have to be good at what you do. And that's part of what I'm good at. Which
I'm still trying to figure out a flow that or something like a consistency for my thumbnails. Now I know that I want to continue having my face in it because I'll tell you this much: when I started putting my face in my thumbnails, like in a reaction, like or something like they call that YouTube face, right?
Yeah,
that's YouTube
I did
face.
one the other day.
Right, I started having more clicks and everything like that. Right, like look at yours. Yeah, look at yours right there. Yeah. What Samsung? What? I had to watch that right away.
I noticed that a lot of successful YouTubers tell you should always put your face in your video or your profile because I guess it does something. I'm not sure what it does.
It's about that emotional connection again. It's about it just triggers something.
And they want. It's like John said the other day in the Creator Mindset podcast. He says, people could go anywhere for the iPhone or the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and they'll stumble on your channel. They'll watch you for a little bit, but if they're coming to your channel for you, then whatever you have, they're always going to come back because they're coming to the channel for you, not just for that product.
Jack Rance here says, I use the YouTube starter kit from River Blake and some inspiration from Front Page Tech. So I actually own the same YouTube starter kit, and I actually bought the Instagram kit that Roberto came out with recently. And they're great starting points. If I get into a bind and I'm just like, I don't know what to do, I just grab one of those and throw some stuff on there. And I only recently, this is funny, as of this past weekend, I think I've opened it twice since I got it, purchased Photoshop. Okay. So what I'm trying to say,
how have you been doing your thumbnails?
How have I been doing my thumbnails, you ask? I have been using a combination up until the last 3 months using an online editor called Canva. Okay. Using Canva, which is very simple to use and is free. It's a great way to start as a small creator. And then I went to a great app that I found out from my good friend D. Niman. Called Snapseed.
Oh yeah,
Snapseed is great.
But here's the thing, Snapseed, the really good text that everybody likes to use everybody's using it, which is why I've stopped using it. So, for example, if you look at my thumbnail from last week where it says, you know, coffee with Zach, which was a week ago today, which was going to be a weekly thing, but I've decided that I'm going to change up how I do live streams. But anyway, if you look at that, it says coffee with Zach live stream. That part that says coffee with Zach, that's a particular template for text, and then live stream is just a bolded text. But then if you look at the one next over, red 1+6 live stream, these are all using Snapseed. Like literally, I'm taking my phone and going like this, and then I'm adding a particular filter or doing something to the background, whatever, and then I'm throwing the text over top, and away we go. The not quite recycle bin substitute show was done by Paul Grossclose, so he sent that to me for us to do that. But yeah, but if you go down, you can see where it ended, where I stopped doing that. I started doing that right after I did the Epic wireless hub, the Nomad hub 2 months ago. So I've been using Snapseed for the last 2 months, and before that I was using Canva, but now I'm going to get into doing like really customizing it with Photoshop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some awesome stuff out there as far as you know, tutorials on YouTube, but me and Leo had promised ourselves at the beginning of this that we were going to try to stick it to an hour-long show for all the reasons. And we love the watch time, and we love the interactions, and I have to take personal responsibility that all of the difficulties in the beginning were on my end because I was steering. I don't know what I did wrong, but I did it wrong. So I'm going to try to get it right. Because
if you need to test that, let me know. You can send me an unlisted link or a private link. We can test that out.
Oh, that was the thing. We did test it. But
okay.
Now that I know that you're down for testing, we can.
There's
something quirky.
I screwed something up. I got to figure.
Because the 2 or 3 times that we've had the issue, including tonight, it's been audio.
Yeah.
So
it's always been the audio that's been the issue.
My phone's on all the time, so it's like 7 o'clock here right now. It's probably 9 o'clock out where you guys are. So I mean, message me anytime. Hey, can you help out with this? You know,
that's good. I appreciate it, and I will take you up on it. So don't worry about it.
No problem.
I think we hit every single topic we wanted to talk about. So now we're going to spend the whole next week building more topics to talk about with and for you guys. So, yeah, I mean, someone in the chat asked a specific question about me, and I can't go without answering it. Munchie wanted to know, where did Namaste come from? So I say Namaste at the end of all my videos. So here, I want to share with you guys how this started with me. So I used to meditate a lot more than I do now. Now meditation is me playing Xbox. That's what I tell people. But I used to actually do formal meditation, and I used to do yoga, and I was a little slimmer and all that stuff, and a little healthier than I am now. And they would say Namaste at the end of meditation. I felt like it's just a wonderful way to leave something. And the most beautiful expression, interpretation, definition of Namaste I heard is the God in me sees the God in you. So it's like a moment of recognition of gratitude. Right?
I like it.
That's why I say it, because like, you know, Namaste, because I wouldn't be here if people didn't watch the show. You know, like I got a little bit of positive feedback in the beginning from a couple people, and that is all I needed to be like, Aaron, you can do this. And there's a bigger story why I started my channel out of resentment and out of, it was out of resentment. I was mad at a YouTuber. So that's when
I'm making a channel.
So I started my channel, and I've talked to about the tech YouTuber, and I've tried to throw him under the bus every chance I can. But I slowly am, but I that was what I was gonna do. My creator of awesomeness.
See, that's a great thing to centralize it around. But obviously,
to be why I started my channel and why because it all kind of is wrapped in together. So yeah, that's some positive feedback for me. So Munchie, that is why I say namaste as a way to connect with people, and as the result of it, a unintentional byproduct. And I say this, and it sounds funny, but it's true. I'm huge in India. Whenever I do my live streams, India is very heavily represented. And whenever I give my giveaways, I have a lot of people in India that are on the thing. So one thing that I need to do before we go is what is today? July
26th.
2018. I'm doing a giveaway specifically for people that are on the live feed today. And we're going to do you're going to get entries every time you're on the live feed. And in October, I'm going to do a drawing. And what is for sure is there will be an amazing cell phone, a OnePlus 6 or better. You can imagine for sure. And then I'll probably do a tech grab bag, and I'll probably take like 5 or 6 tech.
It's not white though, right? It's not white.
Not white. It'll be brand new in a box. I'll probably take 5 or 6 tech items in my house that I own, that I've used, and I'll label.
Oh, there's a red one. I hate
I'll be like, you guys have to pick which item you want. So you guys, and then I'll send it to you. So the more you come back and you watch Hardwired Live every Thursday, the more entries you'll get. So how you're going to register for that is I'm going to do a Google Sheet. So if you can give me just, if you guys want to hang out for a second, I think, Leo's dogs are barking, so he has to go.
Yeah, I got to go soon, but I wanted to give a shout out to, am I getting feedback?
Nope, you're good.
Okay. Munchie's in the stream. He's a big part of our community. Check out his channel. He just started doing YouTube. He knows a lot about tech, about phones, so check him out. Munchie, Munchy. Great guy, knows his stuff. He's doing some tech news on Friday, so if you want to check him out, he'll probably drop something tomorrow, if not next Friday. But check him out. Good friend of mine. I've known him for a while. He's from South Florida, so we connect here every once in a while. But he's a big supporter of my channel, and I just want to support his and get his name out there because he's a good dude.
Nice. I will be spending a lot more time in Florida, South Florida, coming up here this next year. So we'll be able to connect and do things live and hang out, Leo.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'd like to do a meetup with some, with some subscribers in South Florida. That would be awesome.
Nice.
Just kind of hang out, maybe give away a couple phones.
Yeah, I love giveaways.
I'll fly down when it starts. I'll fly down when it starts to snow here again. How about that? And that's when we'll do the meetup.
Nice. I am gonna post this.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna post.
Hey, Zach, they're on our beach all the time.
The Canadians, yeah. I heard it's usually the French Canadians, the mean ones. I'm part of the nice Canadians.
Yeah. They're a little mean. They're a little mean. I'm not gonna lie. They're not nice like you.
they're from Quebec. That's why they're angry all the time over there.
I love Canada. If realness, right? If we didn't have the kids, we would probably consider getting out of this country because I can do my job anywhere. But...
You guys are always welcome here. Seriously, you guys ever decide to fly to Calgary, Alberta, Canada? There's always a spot here for you.
I'll take you up on that.
Seriously, I'd love to have you guys over.
Nice. So I just threw the sheet out, and we already got some responses, which means that
nice. Yeah, jump in there. You guys need to join the contest for sure.
We shut the feed down. I'll make the link inactive. You got to be on here. So I didn't want to announce it at the beginning because then people sign in and then they leave without suffering through this whole thing.
Right.
So suffrage gets you an entry into the exclusive Hardwired Live giveaway. And
that's right.
Do everything I can to get Wirecast working. If not, we're just going to do Google Hangout. We're going to say, bloop. I'm going to get demonetized for that.
Well, it's our backup. It's our backup.
Yeah. I won't monetize this video, so I won't get copyright strikes. But yeah, so that's kind of the whole thing, and maybe, you know, every week we'll rotate and bring a guest on. And last week you heard about this, Zach, but me and Leo have been planning this in the back end for some time, and I've been reaching out to other YouTubers, not necessarily tech YouTubers, because we're just talking about stuff. You know, you got to be like tech specific to come and hang out and do this.
Yep.
We'll talk about tech, and every YouTuber is a tech YouTuber. They got a camera. They got to do video. You got to be a tech YouTuber before you can be a YouTuber, right? Like, that's the way I see it. You got to figure this out. It's not easy. As we know, Wirecast is not easy. But I'm going to get a proper training.
Don't worry about it. Zach will help us out with it. He knows his stuff.
No. I know how to use this. That's about it.
You know how to use this one?
That's about it. I'm still learning how to use OBS, and I just bought myself a Stream Deck. I'm way ahead of my knowledge game.
Yeah. I mean,
my tech,
I have no knowledge in streaming.
My knowledge. So awesome, guys. So did everyone have a chance to sign in? I see we've gotten 6 responses already. I will throw the link up again for you guys. If you haven't signed in yet, do so. Even if you're a regular to the tech industry in the world, you know, you could win a free phone or some of my technology, which I think I've got a lot of it. And part of this is me clearing out the cupboards and making room for new stuff. Is I'm going to give some of my old stuff away. I do know I have a Huawei Mate 9 or Mate 8 or Mate 7. I can't remember. That's definitely going to go in the grab bag giveaway. So, and that's an amazing phone with that dual lens. The bokeh on that is nothing like I've ever seen. I almost think it's better than the Pixel, but the Pixel does the front facing bokeh, which is why I like it more. So
the portrait, yeah.
We didn't even talk about the Pixel.
That's right. We'll talk about it next week.
It's going to have a notch. Have a notch.
It's going to have the saggy notch. That's going to be a beautiful.
I didn't think the Pixel's bezels were that aggressive until I started using the.
Oh yeah, I can't go back to the Beyonce bezels. I can't do it. I got to keep it slim and trim, man. Yeah, I need that bezelness.
This is pretty
the
good.
OnePlus 6 is an excellent device, man.
The LG.
I'm struggling.
Q.
Yeah, LG is excellent too. I'm struggling between those two.
It feels
big
really
time
good in your hand, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's light as a feather. Light as a feather.
Yeah, it's totally underrated. It was $750, and I used $300 in Best Buy points, so it was like I felt like I got a killer deal.
You got an excellent deal.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, man. Well, yeah, that's it for Hardwired Live, our first episode. We'll be back next week. Zach, so thanks so much for jumping on, man. We appreciate you. Yeah, we love you. We love what you're doing over there. And check out Zach Talks Tech channel on YouTube. He's got some good stuff, including those Star Wars theme room there. So enjoy that.
Yeah, and also shout out to Forbes Reviews.
Yes.
Agreeing to come on ahead of time and moderating in case we had a need for moderation. And thank you, Hitcherson Party of 10. She is my standing moderator, but with 10 kids, I feel bad asking her to dedicate to a stream. Yeah. But she
check out Forbes
anyway. So
check out Forbes Tech Reviews. He's got excellent channel, part of the community. And thank you so much, Forbes, for jumping in there and keeping out all the bad kids.
Yeah, and if you're looking for someone to help out with editing last minute, jumping on a plane, but you got a video that you want to get out, send it over to Zach. He does some good stuff. I'm really looking forward to working with him in the future. So he did one video for me, and I was left impressed.
Nice.
It was like he was in my brain. He did all the things that I like. So that's what I liked about it. So
that's good.
All right, guys, we're gonna kill it. We're
all
gonna
right, man.
End it. All right. For the love of tech, AndroidStud, Zach Talks Tech. Namaste.